game up, hard hydration. It's like your favorite sports drink and seltzer. Got together, had a baby. You know the rundown. 4 full flavors, 110 calories, 1 gram of carbs. Dave, hit them with those flavors.
We're talking fruit punch, orange, lemon, or lemon lime, and grape.
Yeah, don't leave out the lime. That's the other half of that beautiful combo. There's been a lot of talk about this. I mean, I definitely felt one way about it that night. I've come back a little bit on it, but then, I mean, the title of the episode tells it all this week. How Tony Khan let us down. Before I get into it, why don't you share your thoughts on the video?
I just thought it was a waste of time. Unless it was going to be something really shocking, which it wasn't. It was kind of what Punk actually said. I like Punk, but you got to be honest too. Like his thought process here was he said that I thought I was being professional. All I did was choke him a little bit, So Punk admitted he started it physically. We know that. And he got fired. Now, if you wanted to air this, I think a better time would have been when Tony announced it, CM Punk was fired, and you could have aired the footage and showed it why that night. Or you could have done this on a podcast or a documentary. You could have done anything. But doing this on your Wednesday Night Dynamite show, and I get you're trying to turn it into a storyline, but it just felt so lame that the Bucks are trying to say, even as heels, that this was a distraction. And then FTR have to come out and basically say, hey, we want to get over this, which is how fans really feel. And to the point that you got a CM Punk chant on AEW. You don't want that. Like, that's the last thing you want. I just thought it was bad. I thought it wasted our time. Will Ospreay, I'll lump him in this too because I love Will Ospreay, but the shot he took at Triple H, because apparently Triple H said, in recent signings, if people don't want to sign with us because they want a better schedule, if you're not embracing the grind at this point, he says, I don't really want you here. And then Will Ospreay made a comment and said, if that's directed to me, I've been grinding since day one, basically. And he says, you got to where you are by grinding on the boss's daughter. Will, nobody cared. I didn't even think about that. And just having that segment back to back with the footage, it just made it worse. In the end, you got a pay-per-view coming up with Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson, FTR versus Buck. You got some good matches set up. Focus on that. And I can't believe I'm saying this because if we had this conversation a year ago, I feel like AEW would have been the one really cooking, maybe a year and a half ago at this point. And we would have been talking about WWE needing to focus on wrestling. But no, now complete change. And then,
yeah, for me,
you're throwing the comments. That's one other thing before I let you get in here. Adam Copeland. Yeah, they made Adam Copeland look silly. As far as I'm
the whole response to Punk has just been, I mean, we talk about it a lot of the times when we see troll comments, when we see people, just trying to get a response out of us, that what good does it do to respond to it? Because then it just makes you look bad. You're not focusing on putting out the best product. And at first, when I heard that they really aired the footage, I didn't want to watch it. I'm just like, I'm done with Dynamite for a minute. I'm not buying the pay-per-view. And then talking with you, I thought I should actually watch it to be able to comment on it.
Right.
And when I watched it, I'm like, what? Who does this help? Like, it proves Punk right. You get a CM Punk chant. You make the people on your roster look awful. And then apparently, I guess I was hearing he put a copyright on this, so I don't know if people can't replay it. Mm-hmm. But it's just Tony being way too sensitive about things. And just responding more than he needs to. Sometimes the best response to criticism is to up your game and improve your own product. Give them nothing to complain about. Absolutely. Instead, he gave us a laundry list of things to look down on the product for. And this is a company we are trying to support. We don't want to not like them.
I do want to say one other thing, too, just for the people that found some value in this, because I know some people that said, hey, Jack Perry looked like he wasn't really saying anything. 2 things. It's an audio. We don't know what was said. Real easy to say, do something about it. And second thing is, like, if Jack didn't say anything, why did we send this guy home? And I only bring that up because, again, that's the kind of questions other people are going to watch when they read this video. So I don't know. It just to me, it was very silly. And yeah, it really didn't add anything to your show. It didn't add anything of value. And a week too, where WWE's been doing really well.
You come off the biggest WWE event. You do something that makes you look second rate a week before your own pay-per-view. So you're putting this huge Danielson match with Ospreay in the ring, and yet people are looking down on the product because of this shit move you made the week before, and then Will Ospreay saying that. I don't know if it was up to Ospreay to say that, if maybe they had him say that, because it feels like there's been a lot of responses from different members of AEW towards it. And do you really want to be spending your TV time doing that?
No, I don't think so.
And speaking of not wanting to spend our time doing that, we don't like focusing on the negative, but this was just something that happened this week. And I was so vocal about it that night that I wanted to address it today. I knew we'd be talking about it.